Welcome to. So last week we learned the rebuttal, and now let's move into basically discussing about how to do arguments and rebuttaling techniques. So first, let's talk about the debate, teams and motion first. Let's talk about the rules here in World Scholar Cup debate. So here, the teams and motions are provided, and you will be put into breakout room with your team members. So basically, in a real debate, one team will have three speakers. As I have already said before, you have 10 to 15 minutes to prepare, research your topic, find facts and examples, discuss with your team members and what each person will argue about, consider what the other team will say, like guessing the rebuttal, and each person will have basically 3 to 4 minutes to debate, but in the real debate, you will have 4 minutes, but regarding for the time, I feel like for our class, I think 3 minutes is the most suitable. But yeah, let's see. So then feedback at the end. The judges will feedback. Now let's do a little bit of a review. So I think last week I talked to you about considering the speaker roles. First, for the affirmative, we have three speakers. First is the introduction. Introduction, every three speakers. The first speaker will do the definition and will not be doing any rebuttal, introducing team members, telling their names and everything. Second, team's arguments and evidence. Third is the conclusion. Now, second speaker, introduction, rebuttal, summary of the first speaker. So you're going to ask the arguments of the first speaker, and then you're going to basically summarize it into just 2 to 3 sentences and then move on to your own. Summary and conclusion. Third is just the same, but you have a summary, no new arguments except as the specific rebuttal and just conclusion. Now, a negative team is basically the same as the affirmative, but for the first speaker of the negative, you must agree or reject the affirmative's motion. So, for example, the first speaker said that um, the world means a place where we live in. So the first speaker of the negative team will have in order to agree or reject the affirmative's motion. So if you reject, you will define the motion again. If you don't, you will say, I agree with the affirmative case, and then do the rebuttal and everything. Okay, got it? Okay, to the people who have just joined, please open your cam and then yeah. Okay, now let's go into building arguments. So, I think I've talked to you about the rebuttaling technique, and basically building arguments is the same. So we have a structure called PEEL or PEEL or ARROW, which is like the rebuttaling technique. First, you're going to state your main argument, which is called the point or assertion. Second, the explanation. Explain it. If your point is about zoo is bad, explain it. You will need to provide evidence, provide a specific example, a real life one, or a statistic, and then link back to it, like just the overall stats. Okay, so let's do it here. Why are these poor arguments? Okay, focus. First, everyone's doing it, so it must be the right thing to do. Why do you think this is a bad argument? Hang Ming, what do you think?
Do you agree about the argument that everyone is doing it, so it must be the right thing to do?
Okay, everyone's doing it, so it must be the right thing to do. Why do you think that this is a bad argument?
Mm, I think it's a bad argument because if everyone are doing it, we can't be sure if it's the right thing. Why? because the right thing is not the thing that everyone do.